These will be fed through into the fuselage and then the wing bolted on. But before I can do that, I've got to sort out the LEDs. Progress update. As you can see, the fuselage is all back together. I've stuck the wheels back in, they're going fine. The canopy sits on nicely, it's all good. The other thing I've done are the wings. They've all been glued back together and they're all nice and how they should be. They've been pinned with sticks. I stripped out the wiring. I've reinforced the connections by putting tape around them. And where they went into the circuit board, I've cut them off. I've added extensions. I've actually soldered extensions on because these just used to come to here and join onto the board. Well, now I've got extensions that go to Y leads so they can go straight into the body of the fuselage and connect to the receiver. Now they're far too long, but I don't want to cut them down anymore. And what I've noticed on this is there's a big gap at the back beyond the servos, and I can shovel the wiring down there. The receiver will go just here at the front. In doing this, I've also fixed the fault with the LED not working, so all the LEDs work. And what I've done, I've extended those wires as well. There's one there, there's one here, and there's one here, and they will all connect to a Dynam LED driver. This is the battery I'm using. It's blown up like a flipping balloon, I tell you. It works fine, but it's not a comfortable thing to have lying around. So this is the receiver I'll be using, which happens to be an AR620, which I love. I've got a speed controller under here, by the way. This is my servo tester. This is a speed controller. So by using that, I can regulate the power that goes into the receiver. And from channel 6 currently, I've got the Dynam LED driver. So if I take one of the LED devices, the way this driver works, it's split. These three are flashing lights, these two are static lights. So I know this one is my nav light. That just basically connects into there. If you see that, I now have a nav light. Bit of a dodgy wire connection, I might add. So I'll have to tape that together so it stays together. There's the nav light. And then using what I know are flashing signals from the driver. And these are the actual correct connector types, these ones. I can connect flashing green, which I'll show you in a minute, and the flashing red. So I'll turn those up the other way. Let's put them there. You can see over there I've got my flashing green LED now. Nav light or landing light. And there's the red flashing LED. So the wing is now ready to be reattached to the fuselage. I'm not going to do that until I've reinstalled the motor. Here's the motor. Fully lubed, fully cleaned. So we'll put all that back into the fuselage. Right. Now, those of you who watch my videos, you would have seen that when I reinforced this whole front, I left a gap in what I'm calling the firewall, so I can actually feed this all through. So, nothing, because I've got throttle cut on.
Throttle cut off.
That's better. Let me just take these off. Okay. Nice. So I thought I might show you what I'm trying to do here. So this board here is the platform inside the cockpit, and there's a gap here between these two servos. What I'm doing is I'm feeding the ends of the servo cables from the wing through that gap, like so, and then finding it from the inside here if I can. Then I can pull it through and slide it in line with the servo, leaving this gap free here for the next cable to be pushed under. I keep calling them cables, the next servo wire. So I'll keep this in frame. And there, see it there? I'll just push it through a little bit more so I can grab it with this end. Like this. And then I can pull it through. It's a real pain trying to show you on camera, so I'm not going to. I'm going to put it down like that. I've only got one more wire to thread, and I'll flip her up the other way and I'll show you the end result. Yeah, so she's done. Rebuilt. Now if we weren't in lockdown, I'd take her flying on Saturday. But we are in lockdown, so I can't take her flying on Saturday. I'll just dig out the prop and put it on there now. What I do want to do is bind her with my NX6 just to make sure everything functions as it should. What I'm doing now is tarting up a pig's ear, basically. I'm putting white strips over the wiring just to hide it away. I'll show you once I've just done this bit. Set that like that. So this is what I'm currently doing, just covering up the wiring and the spar with white. That's one layer, I have to put two on, and I'll do the same with the other wing over there, cover all that up, then I'll add black stripes. Well, it's coming along nicely. As you can see, I'll put the white tape all along the wing, covering up all the wires, making it nice and neat. And then I've put the black stripe where they had a black stripe. Now my tape is glossy, theirs isn't, but I'm not bothered about that, as long as you can see something from the underside. I've just got this piece to do. I've decided I'm going to mask this area off and spray this all with matte black so it comes back looking a bit decent. I might actually spray all this white foam at the front, you know, because even though it's flat-ended it might look a bit better. Well, as you can see, I've finished the rebuild, haven't finished painting it or everything. Interesting point, I had to add 30 grams of weight to the front. That's what these are here, 15 aside. And that's because all the cabling and everything goes to the back and it's behind the centre of gravity. So along with the bigger receiver, because I'm using an AR620, all the cabling's gone to the back, so it must be that that adds weight behind the centre of gravity. The only thing that's missing from the front is the plastic cowl and of course all the tape I used to tape it in place. It's worked out quite well because with a 1300 3-cell I can push it right to the front so it actually touches the engine mount on the back and it perfectly balances out. But I can also stick in a 2200. All I need to do is to move that forward slightly and it can still balance out. When I fly it next time I will be using a 1300, which it is meant to have. But I'm quite pleased with the results. I think I'll take the motor off and spray this front and the underside here black again. As you can see, I've put the stripes on and I've taped up this area as well, so it's slightly reinforced where the wing joins the saddle. It's definitely showing a bit of wear and tear, but it'll fly again. The prop it actually came with was an 8x4. This prop is an 8x4.5. That's the closest I could get, being 3-blade. So right, yes, I'm looking forward to putting this in the air again. See if I can have a landing from it instead of a crashing. This has had more takeoffs now than it's had landings, of course. So it'll be nice to see if we finally solved the problem. I have no idea when I'll fly it next. I think we're in the lockdown now in the UK until at least mid to end of March. But that'll give me time just to clean it up a little bit. I wish I could find a lime green paint and I'll just spray over those bits, but I can't. So thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you on another video. Cheers!